This is Shana Meyerson with YOGAthletica in Los Angeles, California. Today we're going to practice jumping into a straight leg pike. This is one I've been thinking about putting together for a long time, and I came up with a few drills that I think are going to help you. Now, for the first drill, I'm going to recommend that you have a block. What the block is going to do is, well, the block's not going to actually do anything. What we're going to do with the block is very, very sexy. We're going to shove it right here between your legs, okay? The point being that I want your legs squeezing together. A lot of times when people are first figuring out how to jump with two legs, they wind up doing this thing where they sort of scuttle, like, and we don't want to do that. So first thing we're going to do is just practice keeping the legs together. So right up there, just go ahead and squeeze it in. The other thing is, comfortable. The other thing is make sure you have one of the nice soft light blocks. This isn't that fun with the heavy cork ones. Gives new meaning to shit a brick. Also, when we do this one, you need your thighs to squeeze it in like crazy anyway. So the block is going to help to train that. On this first set, I don't want you to be too concerned with how high you go. I just want you to think about getting used to jumping with 2 feet. We're just going to be jumping up like a medium height. Remember that anytime we're jumping into a handstand, what we're looking for is hips over shoulders. So that's what I want you to be thinking about. We're going to be thinking right now just in terms of jumping into an L shape, not into a full handstand. You go ahead and do this in front of the wall. So you're just going to put your hands down, squeeze your legs together, and we're going to jump 2 feet at the same time, up and down. When you land, it helps to bend your knees, okay? Because that's going to make your landing a lot easier on your body. So legs squeeze together tightly. Arms are nice and straight and strong. Gaze, as always, is forward. Think about hips over shoulders over wrists. And down, okay? You're just going to do a few of those. And there you go. That's your first drill. Now, when I say that's your first drill, I don't mean you are done now. What I mean is do that until it's comfortable. Make sure this block isn't like wobbling, that it's like nice and stable. Now, you can keep the block in or out for these next ones. I'm going to go ahead and take it out just because I know how to do this. For the next one, the thing that most people have a problem with on this one is getting the hips over the shoulders because it's a little bit scary. So that's why we're going to go to the wall so that you don't have to worry about flipping. Now, here's the thing. When I say hips over shoulders, remember, because I know you watched it, by jumping into handstands basic video where I said there's a little bit of a butt shelf behind you. So even though the hips are up, they're actually going to tilt a little bit backwards as well. So what we're going to do is you're going to set up at the wall and your fingertips are going to go like a couple inches from the wall. Not far at all, like super close to the wall. Gaze is forward, and now I'm going to do that same jump, but this time I'm going to allow my butt to sort of hit the wall so it has an idea. And again, you want to be very close to the wall on this one. You have an idea of where you need to be. So when your butt hits the wall, and remember we're jumping from a down dog, so not from up here, but from back here. When your butt hits the wall, just come on down, okay? Because I want you to get that feeling. It's sort of fun. When you were a kid, did you ever do bumper butts at the pool where you held hands with somebody and you like bumped your butts together? I did. But this is sort of cool. It sort of feels like a little like butt pad as you hit the wall. So it doesn't hurt at all. Okay. Do that. Get used to having hips over shoulders. When you have the wall, nothing can happen. Okay. So now we're going to try the same thing, but without the wall. So I'm going to go a little bit further from the wall. I know it's there just in case. And same thing. Now, my legs squeeze together just like they did with the block. My gaze is forward. And I'm going to do that any float, there's a good chance your hips are not getting over your shoulders. So, revert to previous. Go up, hit your butt to the wall until that is comfortable. Remember also, when I'm doing a handstand, I must use my arms. People get so involved with the legs, so push the floor away with your hands. Squeeze your legs together because among other things, that's going to help to ignite the core. Because you know ultimately, whatever the question, the answer is core. What's keeping my legs in the air? Okay, I hope you got that one right. Core. So there's a strong core engagement inwards that is helped by those legs squeezing in tightly. And my thigh, my femur bone, I want to embed it. Hello, balance. I want you to embed the femur bone into the hip socket. So imagine the legs sort of popping into the hip socket, squeezing in towards each other. Again, I'm just a little bit away from the wall, about a foot, just in case I fall. I mean, I'm not going to fall, but just for demonstration purposes. My legs are squeezing together as if the block was in there. Maybe it's still in there. I bend my knees, and notice when I bend my knees, my tailbone stays high. Don't drop your tail when you bend your knees. Keep the tail high so it's already preparing for the butt shelf. Jumping in and down. Okay. That might take some time. Don't worry about it. These things take time. But if it doesn't take time, now we're going to practice going up. So when you jump into the handstand with the pike, I want you to think of it as a two-part jump. First is the L, and then is the lift. Okay? Because if you think of it as one thing, not only you're going to go so fast, but you're going to go over so fast. We're not looking for over. Now, if you haven't tried this one before, know that the legs are going to lift really fast when you come up. So I would suggest taking the first few at the wall. The trick here is you need to use your core as both accelerator. That means once I have my L, the acceleration pulls me up, but then I have to use it as a brake. Once I feel I'm vertical, engage the core to freeze. Otherwise, this is what's usually going to happen to most people on their first jumps. They jump up and they lift up so fast. It's so funny because it seems like it would be hard to lift up, but in fact it's like super turbo lift up. So you got to really take your time. So when we jump, go further from the wall, about a foot from the wall, and again, it's two parts. When I bend my knees, tushes up. My gaze is forward, right? That always helps me to maintain my balance. The arms are in an external rotation and sort of embedded into my shoulders as well. I'm going to jump first into my L, and then see if I can accelerate and brake. That's the trick right there. Brake. Remember, guys, that coming down is 50% of coming up. See if you can, L on the way down, and down. Down. Don't worry if you can actually L on the way down, but remember that it really uses the same muscle set. So practicing that is actually going to help your jump up as well. Okay? So, one more time. Gaze is forward. Feet are together, okay? I think I neglected to mention that thus far. It really makes a difference. When you bend your knees, keep your hips really nice and high. You press into the heel of your palm to take you up. L, and lift. I know that wasn't much of an L, but you get the picture? You see how I'm lifting so slowly? I mean, now I'm up, so that I could find control and don't flip myself. Okay, that's what I got for you today. I really hope it helps. This is a really, really nice entry, especially when you're going through your sun salutations, going from your down dog to the front of the mat. Everyone will think you're super cool. And you know you want them to think you're super cool, right? Tell them I sent you. This is Shana Meyerson with YOGAthletica in Los Angeles, California. Have an awesome day.